And also the fact that I love Delroy Lindo. He is eminently talented and dignified. And he has one foot and a time period when he, to save his neck, was unable to do anything if a white person called him a nigger. And now there he is, being honored to give out the first award of the Baftas. And things have not changed, not even a little bit. He's still expected to do nothing. So I did a live. I want to say, first of all, I love Delroy Lindo. I have loved him for many, many years. Well, at least since Malcolm X, probably before that. He is a brilliant actor. He brings gravitas to just about every role he plays. Either that or a kind of intensity that I really enjoy. So to watch this man who, while he has been turning in amazing performances for decades, he has not really been acknowledged very much. The bulk of his nominations come from the late 2010s and the 2020s. So the Five Bloods and I think Sinners are a couple of the things that he's the most nominated for. Yeah, so he's not really had his flowers. He gets nominated for BAFTA. He goes to the United Kingdom and he's on stage with Michael B. Jordan to give out the very first award. And from the audience, the word nigger is yelled. Now, they'd been warned ahead of the ceremony that there could be some unexpected noises because they had amongst them John Davidson, who is an activist for Tourette's and who suffers from Tourette's himself. Part of his disability is the fact that he yells out the most inappropriate thing at the most inappropriate time. He met the Queen and said, F the Queen, while he was getting his MBE. He yelled, I am a P3DO, as he walked down the hallway at this same event when he was meeting the Queen. And when security was checking him before he met the Queen, he's like, I have a BOMB. What's interesting is that when the papers reported on his meeting with the Queen, those details were left out. Out of what? Respect for his feelings, the Queen's feelings, the idea that it's inappropriate to call the monarch of a nation, to tell her, say F her. I did a live today because I really wanted to talk to white people in this moment. This is not the time. This is not the time for you to tell Black people how to respond. The way this was handled was mishandled so badly, so wildly. He has said in past interviews that he is prone to yelling racial slurs when he sees racialized individuals. So to place him in a room where the people who are being honored for one of the blackest films made in the last decade, on camera, high pressure, and assume that he was what? Gonna be fine? That it didn't matter? Because after all, it's just Negroes standing on the stage. They'll suck it up. And then there was Alan Cummings' apology. There was some strong language. We apologize to anyone who was offended. Delroy Lindo says that no one spoke to him from the BBC or the people who ran the Baftas afterward. No one came to them and apologized. John Davidson directed this word at 4 different Black people on 3 different occasions. The others were not a part of the broadcast. That I think one of the women was going to dinner when he directed it at her. Now, look, I feel great for the guy. I feel like there's a documentary made about him in the 80s called John's Not Mad. And this one, I swear, was a biopic about his life story. It was being nominated. Absolutely. I'm sure he wanted to be there. And I struggle with the tension between accommodating someone with disabilities who is having their big moment, and the fact that for the cast of Sinners and the creators of Sinners, that this award season has been a bit of a humiliation ritual. And also the fact that I love Delroy Lindo. He is eminently talented and dignified. And he has one foot and a time period when he, to save his neck, was unable to do anything if a white person called him a nigger. And now there he is, being honored to give out the first award of the Baftas. And things have not changed, not even a little bit. He's still expected to do nothing. I have no idea how that must feel. And you want to know who else has no idea? In particular, white people. We have a different relationship with our celebrities than you do with yours. There's a kind of love and sense of community that we feel with them, and we feel for them. We celebrate with them. We mourn with them. It's not worship, it's family. So when the BBC decided to leave the racial slur in the pre-recorded before it aired award ceremony, that was another choice. Alan Cummings chose not to apologize to Michael B. Jordan and Delroy Lindo. The BBC, the Academy members themselves chose not to apologize to Delroy Lindo and Michael B. Jordan or Ryan Coogler. The BBC decided that they would leave the word in so that it could go out globally, so that all of us get to enjoy that moment of humiliation and degradation and be unable to do a thing about it. Here's what is appropriate for white people to say in this moment. I feel bad for everyone. Or this is a terrible situation. And if you're unless you're talking to someone with Tourette's, it's appropriate to say, I am so sorry this is happening to you when you're talking to Black people about this. If you're talking to someone with Tourette's, given the toxic way that the conversation has gone, basically because we've all been set up to have nothing but a toxic conversation about this, it's totally appropriate to apologize to them too.